Hello everybody, welcome to Mr Vicary Fishing. In this little series I'm going to do my barbel fishing. I do quite a bit of barbel fishing, but just in very little bits because it's so painful. My local river has hardly any barbel in it, and you can't go for them, have too long a campaign before you lose your mind. Anyway, this first video is going to be the setup and the approach, and then I want to discuss over these 3 parts: motivation. What gets you motivated? This particular water is an absolute killer, and I have put in a ton of hours on this water, and it hurts, and motivating myself to get down there is a real problem. As you can see, the Eden is still in the fields. So it's like 1:30. I'm hoping by 6 o'clock it will have just about gone in its banks, but yeah, it's not a new lake that I've found, it's just the river and a lot of rain. It always looks a little bit daunting when it's this flooded, but it's not as hard as you think. Once you get to know your own bit of river, then it actually becomes easier, because there's less and less places where you can fish, and probably where the fish will be. Like, if this was a bit later on in the year and there wasn't so much weed, I know that bit there's a bit of a slack there, and also you can see up there's a nice slack down there. The river is coming around and actually going out in the fields there and coming down here, but there's a lot of flow outside of the main river. The flow in the fields is actually worse than in the river, so it's probably not quite as bad as you think. That does look quite good over there, albeit I'm not a member of that bit. Actually, I can fish that bit. I get confused sometimes. So, as promised, is going through my barbel gear. I've got a Daiwa Power Mesh Specialist. It's 1 3/4 test curve. It's a great rod for light piking. I do a bit of live baiting with it. It's got a twin tip, so it's got a quiver tip and a non-quiver tip. So do a bit of piking with it and floater fishing for carp. And I do most of my chubbing and barbelling with it in the winter, and I put an 1.5 ounce tip on it. I've just got a bait runner reel on it, 12-pound line straight through. Well, it's not straight through. 12-pound line to a 9-pound hook link, and I've just got a twizzle boom. Just something I learnt the other day at a Heaver charity match. My twizzle boom just wasn't twizzled enough. I wasn't twizzling it quite enough to make it nice and tight. So I've got it really tight and twizzled, and then just a loop to loop to a speed stop on a size 12. And then I've got a little float stop there and a link ledger, or a link, swivel link, just to be able to change it. And I put another float stop further back just so the lead don't fly away. It's just annoying. And then I'll just put 1/8 ounce probably. I don't like heavy leads. 1/4 ounce is just about right. And that's it. So I've got 2 of them with an isotope on the top, and hopefully that'll catch me a barbel. Hopefully. I don't catch barbel, so if you're watching this hoping to catch barbel, I'd love to be able to deliver, but yeah, they're there. I've got to catch them somewhere. I might go to my grave without catching a double figure Eden barbel, but I know they're there and I deserve one. I'm sure I do. Anyway. So yeah, here's a bit up close to the rig. So yeah, we've just got the 1/4 ounce or 1/8 ounce and just a little link, and then that float stop sits on the twisted boom. See how that pushes out? So when that sits there, that just holds it away. And then we got a size 12 QM1 on a 15-inch hook length, but then I can adjust that to be further away. But I don't really see the need to be further away, because I'm not like, they're not backing off a feeder, so I might just do a small PVA bag with meat on the back of that, or maybe some pellets, and I find the speed stop's the most versatile thing. So that's the rig. Going to chop some meat and away we go. Right, setting myself up to fail here. I'm getting a bit over the top. Normally I just take a bag of meat, but today I've got some meat and I've got a bed of hemp. Got some hemp. So I'm going to put down a bed of hemp and then fish various baits over the top of it. So I have got some worms, so I'm going to set up a bit of a Medusa rig. I did catch quite a big eel out of this one spot earlier on in the year. Got a few pellets to go in the PVA, and I've got some maggots in there, which fishing after dark, you can get away with maggots a little bit. So I might set up a Medusa maggot rig with a PVA bag of maggots. I don't think that'll work. Yeah, that will work. Anyway, that is the menu. Something is important is 2 good long sturdy bank sticks. Just bosh them in. The back ones, you don't need them so much, you can get away with it. So yeah, 2 good sturdy bank sticks. These are quite good. The Sonic ones and the Dinsmore ones, the ones with the quick locks, just makes it a lot easier. Well, I was all set up to go and it's now absolutely pissing it down with rain. So I think bollocks to it, I'm not going to go. I am a fair weather fisherman. Right, so I've avoided the rain. There's been a nice mild spell coming through and it's been raining quite a bit this afternoon and now it's eased off. It's a nice mild night. There's a bit of cloud cover, but it's quite a full moon. So I'm out on the barbel hunt. I'm genuinely quite excited. We'll see what we get. So weapons of choice is meat. 10mm meat, I love my 10mm meat. And I've got 2 pellets on the other one. 2 of these krill dumbbells. I was hoping to wrap them in paste, but I came out in a bit of a rush as per usual. I was going to go out at 6 and then a friend came round and we had a beer, and before you know it, it's now 9 o'clock. So I was rushing around to sort my shit out because I've never used paste before, and also in a bit of a rush I forgot to pack my leads, so I've had to use a plummet. Well, that was all a bit weird. The rod hooped over for a bit and nothing there at all. I don't know what that was, whether that was a big log or something. Well, that's another session done. The weather was really nice, really mild, really windy, but I only gave it 2 hours tops. It's one of those ones when the conditions are right, you've still got to find the bloody things, and there's probably only, I don't know, there might be 20 decent fish in that stretch, and yeah, just keep going. I'll see you next time. After that blank session, avoiding the rain, I went down there again when it was flooded and caught this little barbel. Well, I've gone to editing on my phone because it's a bit of a waste of time coming barbel fishing, but I have caught one tonight. It's only a little one, but I have caught one. So yeah, it's only about, it's probably about £2. Big whiskers on him. Let's put him back. There you go, mate. As you can see from the footage and just taking my phone, I'd really got to the point where I couldn't really be bothered to take it or leave it. I'll go down there with an hour and not take any camera gear at all because it's just not worth the effort. But it did get better.